What's cooking here? Today, when I was at church, something popped up in my mind. It was said that, okay, let me start by saying this. Is it possible that a tissue can hold a heavy thing for a long time, or even can it hold anything without breaking, without turning apart? So this popped up in my mind. Accordingly, when Jesus told the disciples, at that time the disciples didn't know who they are talking with. They were told to throw the net at the left side, whilst the whole time they were not catching the fish. But by following the command, they did what they have been told, and they threw the net at the shore, or at this side or this, and they caught 135 fish. Okay, so let me delve deeper. Hear me. What's popping here? What's cooking? John 21, verse 11. John 21, verse 11 states, Simon Peter climbed aboard and dragged the net ashore. Yes, sure, he did that. Listen again. Simon Peter climbed aboard and dragged the net ashore. It was full of large fish, 153, but even with so many, the net was not torn. NIV, NIV, New International Version. But how then, even the net was with so many fish, not only so many fish, not big either. Listen again, large fish. We are not talking about big things. We are talking about large things. Large fish, 153. At that time, if a net can carry 153 or large amounts of the fish, could break, could turn. But when they caught 153 fish, by following the commands, the net didn't turn apart. What's cooking here? If you are still listening, wait until you hear the reason. Here is the heart of the story. That time, the nets, meaning fishing nets, were different as compared to the today's ones. Meaning of today are stronger more times than the ones of the old time. Meaning, if we can compare the nets we use today to catch the fish, they are stronger more time than those of the old times in the Bible times. Of the Bible times, they used fragile material to make their nets. But these days, we're going to use like twine and strong things. But here, this magic, we are going to open the misery pack now. Are you still listening? Hopefully that you are with me. This is noteworthy because nets were typically made of relatively fragile materials like cotton, linen, or even animal snail. You hear me right? Animal snail of that time. In ancient fishing practice, it was common for nets to tear or break under the weight of a large catch. However, in this instance, the net remained intact, which is what's the reason that By that time, when the nets hold a large amount of fish, could torn apart. But this time, when the disciples followed the command from Jesus Christ, the net caught large fish 153, and the net didn't turn apart or break. What does this mean? What's the meaning of this? What's the meaning? Which is often seen as a miraculous or such supernatural aspect of the story. The answer to this, the meaning of all this, the answer to this was God's provision and care for the disciples. That's for today. See you tomorrow.